Good morning, YouTube. The Ultimate Fishing Addict here, and we are trying some frog fishing this morning. The last 2 days I've went out, I absolutely have caught 3 fish total, and it has just been some of the toughest fishing all summer so far. So I thought I'd come out again this morning and give it another try. You got to keep going. You know, that's one thing about it. Like me, I'm trying to build my YouTube channel and just overall become a better fisherman. And you know, if I stayed in my chair and kept drinking coffee this morning, you wouldn't get a video and I wouldn't figure out how to catch fish. I mean, I have grounded out for 2 days now and literally got just a half a dozen handful of bites. I've caught about 3 fish. A couple of those were even panfish. Of course, again this morning it's clear blue sky. It's already over 80 some degrees this morning. Super humid. And so I don't know what we're gonna get anything, or if we're gonna have another repeat of the last couple of days. This heat is just, and the humidity is just killing the bite. But I thought I'd come out here and give it a try anyway and see if we can't get ourselves a frog fish this morning. I mean, eventually, my theory is these fish have got to eat. I had good success on frog fishing about a week ago, actually about 4 days ago, and did fairly well. I mean, I got 3 or 4 frogfish one morning, my first frogfish ever. I love frog fishing. The excitement, anticipation of the blow up is just awesome. There's just nothing like it. And so I'm going to throw this frog around here. I got a natural colored frog on this morning. The different name brand, I can't remember the name brand, or I'd tell you. It's one I picked up at Walmart. It was fairly inexpensive, like in the $3.50 range, which is good for a frog. And you know, I'd never tried it, so I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And you know, we're going to throw this around for an hour or two. If I don't do any good with this, maybe in an hour I'll throw that popping frog back on that I had on there the other day. That jointed popping, I think it was a jointed popper is what it is. I'll throw it back on there and see if we can't get some bites off of that. Alright guys, I'll have to bring you along as soon as I get something going here. I was hoping maybe I'd get a blow up or a bite while we were talking here on the intro, but when you want fish to cooperate with you, I guarantee you they are not going to. Alright guys, we got our first fish of the morning, finally. I was beginning to wonder if we were going to catch one at all. The frog didn't produce nothing this morning. Absolutely nothing. This is our first one. I threw on a shallow diving perch colored jointed crankbait, and lo and behold, here we go. Here's our first fish of the morning, guys. Caught him good, got both trebles in him. Well, not huge, but about 3/4 of a pound, probably pound maybe. But it's a fish. I tell you what, after 2 days worth of not catching anything, this feels really good. To finally catch something, and you know, it's like I was sitting here thinking a while ago, do I really just suck as a fisherman? And that's what you begin to wonder. You start questioning yourself. You think, man, do I know how to catch a fish? But yeah, we got us a nice largemouth this morning. So, all right, I'm going to get him back in the water. Quit talking about it because he'll end up getting too traumatized here. I want to protect the fish in my little pond here because this is where I get to go fishing every morning, and I want to protect the resources in here. But anyway, yeah, there he is. All right, guys, I'm going to let him go. All right, let's throw back out there and see if we can't catch ourselves something else. Weeds. The only thing about this poplar, guys, that I don't like is the line constantly gets tangled up around the top of it. Your top hook is always in the line tangled up about every second or third cast, and it sucks because you're always untangling the dumb thing. And then I know it's probably nipping line too. That's the only negative thing I've got to say about the poplar. Other than that, I love it. It's caught fish, and I like the way it works. I like the way it throws water. But that's one drawback, is your little hooks are always up around your line up on the top. The thing is, you never know if you get a strike if you got one hook or two hooks. That's the drawback that I don't care for. notice I work this poplar pretty aggressively. When we get it up in there close, I want it jumping around, throwing water. Usually throw it in, let it sit for about 5 or 10 seconds. Gives the fish a chance if there's anything sitting there to take a look at it. And then that first pop or two, when I come out of the sitting position, I usually give a pretty good aggressive pops. Let it throw some water right off the bat, and then let it sit for a second more. Let them know it's there. Trying to imitate a frog jumping in, because if a frog jumps in, he's not going to just jump in and sit there. When he takes off, he's going to give a couple aggressive kicks to get going, so that's what I'm trying to imitate with this. But so far, this has not been a great topwater morning. Finally, guys, man, it has been a long dry spell around here. Well, he's trying to make a quick release. See if I can get a hold of this bugger and show him to you. Well, guys, we're not going to get to see him. He made a quick release and got off into the water, but it was about a, I don't know, about a 12-inch, about a 3/4 pound bass probably, largemouth. That's the first one I fished for a couple days straight, and really that's the first thing I've caught in like 2 days. It's been really tough fishing here. You know, it's the end of August, and I'm not the only one that's having trouble catching fish. I've seen several videos where guys are just saying, hey, it's just tough fishing, I'm not catching anything, and you know, it's the way it is the end of August. You just get out here and you grind it out, you keep fishing, trying to have fun, and do what you can do. So, alright guys, I'm going to get back to fishing. Maybe that's a sign, maybe I can catch something. Well guys, I did not take the camera with me. I walked around the corner there and walked back down the trail about, I don't know, 20 yards, and threw up in some shade that was still up in the creek channel. And first cast out, this guy here hit it. Pretty nice bass for this morning. I mean, I've had a rough time. I caught that one earlier and then this one. But yeah, this is a nice bass. He's about 1.5 pounds. Wants to go back in the water, so I'm going to get him back in the water. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this guy. One just shows, just keep grinding away at it. I mean, you never know. I walked back there and did one flip up in there with a shallow diving square bill, and this guy hit it first cast. So alright, I'm going to get him back in the water so he don't get overheated and overstressed. So this is one I've never caught before. I'm looking him over here. He doesn't have any other holes in his mouth or anything, so this is a brand new one for me out of here. So alright guys, I'm going to get him back in the water. Well, it shows if you just keep grinding away at it. You know, it's kind of what it's been for the last 3 or 4 days. I've just grind. I mean, cast after cast, switching lure after lure after lure, trying to find something they want to hit. This time of year in August, you're lucky. That was a beautiful fish I just caught. I mean, 1.5 pounds, 1.75 pounds. I'm happy. I'll take it all day long. All right, guys, I'll see you a little bit later. Hey guys, well, I'll tell you what, let me get a drink here, my throat's dry. I walked up the creek channel bank here for a little ways and was casting in and out there. I did get onto another probably about 2-pounder, and he got off right at the shore there. I was going to bring him over and show him to you on the camera, but didn't work out. But yeah, it's about noon or 12:30 here on Sunday, and it's starting to get hotter and hotter. There's no breeze, so I'm losing my shade here. I've been tucked up in this little creek channel, which is what shade there is, for about 2 or 3 hours in the morning here. But yeah, I got a couple decent bass today. Two, or actually three, the one that just got away, or got off right at the shore. Three's the best day I've had in 4 days. You know, it's been some really tough fishing here in southern Ohio. Another one of the YouTube channels, I think is Chris Outdoors or something like that. He had mentioned he was going to Miami University, and he had been fishing southern Ohio and southern Indiana for the last week, and had caught like 2 fish the whole time. And I think he said he'd fished 4 different reservoirs. Well, I feel for you, Chris, because I watched your video this morning actually. I was like, yeah, I know the feeling. I've fished for like 4 straight days now, and I think I've got maybe a total of 5 catches. 3 today, 1 yesterday, and I think there's 1 other that I've got on tape. And that's about 4 days, almost this whole week's worth. Just been really tough, grinding it out conditions. And you know, it's one of those things, you got to try this, you got to try frogs, you got to try. I've been like this morning up in this creek channel, I've been throwing a little shallow diving square bill in a orange and yellow color. That seemed to be what the ticket was. Getting up as close to cover with it, it floats. So, and then it's got that real square bill on it, so it has that real hunting, you know, jerking reaction when you pop it. So you throw it out there, it floats. So you can get up pretty close to the cover, and then kind of just pop it out and let it, you know, go down about 6 inches, and then let it float back up, pop it down again, and that's what I've been doing. That's what I was doing with it this morning, and that's how I caught those 3 a while ago. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know that I ain't went nowhere. It's just tough fishing, and you know, I always promise you I'll get out what footage I get, and you know, I'm not going to just make these goofy videos like some of the, you know, I've noticed a couple channels are just trying to make goofy videos to fill this time of year when it's tough fishing. So I'm not going to do that for you. If you see a video come out from me on your notification, you know it's going to be something halfway decent. I'm going to try to make it halfway decent for you. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of how the weeks went. And like I said, this is Sunday, so we're starting into a new week here. And from the weather forecast, it's supposed to be really hot here till Thursday, and then the weather breaks again. So, and then I'm going on a camping trip at the end of the weeks for about 4 days. So hopefully, you know, we can catch some fish. I'm heading over to a county park that has a nice campground and a lake. So, you know, of course, you know me, I'm going to take a pole and throw some stuff in the pond or in the lake, you know, even though it's a family vacation, I'm going to get some fishing in. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go, and, you know, hope you guys have a good week, and I'll catch you back when I got something that's worth showing you.